Hey everybody, today is Tuesday, January 9th, 2018. I'm going to show you up here real quick. It's overcast day today, and we're getting a couple of snow showers. Greg and I are out here in the woods, and he started tapping trees, and we're going to explain that, and he's going to explain everything to you. But here's one of the trees that he has tapped, and I'm going to show you the whole process of how we're going to do this over onto what he's going to be doing over here. But so here's an example of a couple of trees, and we'll explain the positioning of the buckets, why the buckets are where they're at. And if you look over here, you'll see he's got other buckets and stuff like that, and a bunch of other trees as well. So we're going to go over here to Greg, and he's going to explain the process and what we're doing. All right, so is that one that was, did you just do that one, Greg, or no?
That's last year before last.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, you'll see them every year for a while. Eventually they'll grow in with
they'll seal, okay, seal right back in.
But yeah, you kind of just move around the tree a little bit. What you do is you go up to the tree, a maple tree. Hard maple is the best tree to pick out.
Okay.
And you stay up off the ground far enough that your bucket's not going to touch the ground. Sometimes you have to get the snow down. And then you pick a flat spot on the tree, like I did here.
Yep.
But I'll move over a little bit. Let's go. Let's see. Here's good. Okay, and then when you drill, you look for like level, and you just drill uphill a little bit like this. And so the sap will run downhill.
Right, yep, that makes sense.
And you want to drill into the tree about, they say 3 inches. I only go 1.5 inches. Seems to work all right for me.
Okay, so he's putting that on the angle so that when the sap starts to run, that it'll come out nice and easy and flow right down into the bucket. So that's why he's putting it on that angle. And
then I use a little, like a gun cleaning tool to clean the chips out, because the chips can plug up your bit, your tap.
Yeah, so you get all that excess wood chips out.
Okay. And I'm using this was a 3/8
okay.
bit.
All right.
You can use 7/16, 3/8, even 5/16. The 5/16 bits should fit, are supposed to fit all the taps, but they don't. Yeah, I'll show you here. Let me show you these taps here. This make it size. This kind of tap here, it's plastic, and they're the newer ones. They need like a 5/16 tap. If you use this 3/8 tap, it will just slide in and out. It won't tighten up.
Right. Okay.
So you got to, if you get these taps, you got to use the 5/16 bit.
Okay.
I'm using the 3/8 for these kind of taps.
Okay.
Okay. So I already tapped the hole. I cleaned it.
Yep.
And then we take the tip, and you put this little hook on there like that, and you put the hook towards where it's going to drip out. So you hang your bucket on that little deal there. I just tap it in until it stops moving. Those easy taps, because I was reading a book, and it said that if you tap the trees too early, you're taking a chance of splitting the tree, and when you do that, then when the sap runs, it'll run down the bark instead of out the tap. So what I do is just, I don't snug them up yet. If it does leak around here, then I can come back later with my hammer. When I'm collecting sap, I can come back and just tap it a couple more times, and it seals it.
It seals it back up. That makes sense.
Yeah. It's like not over tightening a bolt, you know.
Right, exactly.
Same thing. And you drill holes in your buckets. You got to clean them with bleach. I don't clean the outside, just the inside. You hang it on the little hook. we get some lids. They're getting hard to find now, these lids. You can get them made probably, but and I hook them onto the side.
Well, show them on the underside of the lid and how it's connecting here. So it's got a lip on both sides that's going to seal up on the bucket.
Yeah.
And that's that.
So that's how that's done. I got to put one on this one over here, and then we're done with this tree. Now this size tree here, you can put 2 buckets on this size tree. Now if you go that size, show them it's just. You can tap a tree like this. It's not recommended. This tree here, you could probably get away with 1 bucket on this one.
Okay.
If you wanted to, if it's all you have, you know.
Right. Now I want you to explain to the people too, like with your placement of the buckets, why you're putting the buckets like where you are on here.
Well, I found that if I hang my buckets on the side where the sun is,
Yes.
then it warms up. The tree warms up a lot faster on this side than it does on the shaded side. So I got a lot more sap from this side of the tree.
So that's why the buckets are on this side of the tree, guys. Because like I said, the sun comes in and warms that tree up faster, and it's going to get the flow of the sap going faster. Where on the if you had it on one in the front and one in the back, the one in the back is not going to have as much sap because of the fact of it's not getting the sun.
Yeah. So you want to do 2 more?
Yeah, we'll do 2 more.
I don't know how long you're going to go with the video, but
Yeah, we can keep going for a little bit.
show them another one or 2.
Sure, sounds good.
Okay, here we go. I'm gonna walk up to this maple tree here. I'd say this is a tree we can use. Looks like I haven't done this one yet. See, we'll do it this year though. I'm gonna put 1 bucket on this one. Slightly uphill. Thank God for battery-operated tools.
I know I keep getting hammered. I got to get some battery ones. All mine are electric right now, so.
So I'm gonna clean the hole out. I see that's 1.5 inches. I always check it with these. This is how I know how deep I am.
Okay.
Get all the crumbs out of it.
Now, if you guys go back and look at my older videos, not last year, because Greg didn't run any taps last year, but the year before he did, and I did some videos on doing the maple syrup.
Yeah.
We're gonna do some more this year, more entailed, so that you guys can see, you know, exactly everything. Now, how many buckets will you run all together, Greg?
I stay right around 50 taps. That's about all one guy can handle. When the sap's really flowing, you got your hands full. It's you can't even keep up with it actually. So you're hoping that it slows down so you have a chance to boil it all.
Because that's the time. That's what takes time, is boiling it all up.
Yeah, this is the old-fashioned method. You know, people that have the lines, the pipelines and stuff, they don't have to do all this. I mean, they got to go around and tap their trees, but they don't have to go back in the woods once it's done.
Because they're all cooked up with the tubing and stuff.
Yeah, and you know, it's more an elaborate way of doing it, a lot easier method, and you know, they use the technologies we have today, and electricity and all that fancy stuff. I want to get back to basics, the basic way of doing it.
The old school, right.
For the crisis thing or the.
Right. So you have that skill set.
I don't depend on anything except firewood and batteries, of course.
Right. Well, as long as I got my solar system going, we can recharge, right?
Here's the lid. We'll put the lid on. Snap that on there.
All right.
When we go to empty it, I mean, some people just take them off like that and empty them into your bucket that you carry around with you. But I don't do that. I slide it off because I want to see what's in there.
Right,
slide
right.
it off and then put it back on.
But that's helping with the lids is helping to keep some of the bugs out, but helping so that there's not other debris and stuff that's getting into the buckets. That's why you're putting the lids on.
Right, and we when I come around and collect, I filter it into the tank.
Right.
So any bugs that are in it get filtered out.
Right. Okay.
let's put one in this one. This looks like it'll take a tap.
Okay.
Here, let's put one here and then colors over. That's our last bucket anyway, isn't it?
Yep, yep, that's the last one.
In that area.
So our next 3 days here, up here in New York, we're looking at 40s for tomorrow. It's like 30 today, so there's no sap running today. We're looking at like 40s tomorrow, and then 51 on Thursday, and then 50 on Friday. So we should be looking at getting some sap at that point. So I don't know. We think we'll get enough to be doing some cooking down.
Well, if we get enough taps in, we will.
Okay.
I mean, it's hard to tell. It might not flow at all. The ground might still be frozen, and the sap can't get past the ground level.
Okay.
But if the sun comes out and it's 50 degrees, it'll draw it. It might draw it right up through, because what happens is the sap comes up in the tree when it's above freezing.
Right.
And then at night time, when it gets cold again, it goes back down in the ground again.
Okay.
And so you never know when you're going to do it. All I know is the last 2 times I didn't have my taps in, and I wasn't ready, and I missed the first pull on the trees.
Okay.
Because of it. And I says,
now, so you guys know a correlation of where we are. I'm going to swing around here, and if you look down the hill that way, there's my place. So Greg is basically, his place is directly behind me. He's got about 80 acres altogether. So, you know, we've talked, and you know, he's got a lot of woods up here, as you can see, and you know, we're obviously going to be working together, and he's going to be one of my partners in crime when SHTF happens. So
yeah, we'll be in it. We're going to be ready.
Yep. So, but
it's our last lid.
All right, so that's how we're tapping the trees. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. I know some people had said it's a little bit early to be tapping the trees, and I hope he explained that better to you guys there with why he's doing it now, because he had missed a run earlier when 2 years ago when we had a warm spell. And like I said, he can always drive the taps in a little bit further if there's any kind of cracking and leaking. So that's definitely, you know, one of the reasons why he did it the way he's doing it. So anyway, so that's what we're doing here, and I hope you enjoyed the video. It's like I said, a little cold today, not a bad day though, overcast, so I hate to think what my solar's going to be at, probably not so good. But so anyway, so that's what we're doing, and I hope everybody's doing well. Guys, I want you to remember, hug and kiss the ones you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in the world. So to tell the people that you care about every day how you feel is very important. And remember, guys, STD. It's one step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever your goals are, whatever you're trying to do, whatever you're trying to accomplish, you can do it. And the only one that's going to stop you from getting there is yourself. Don't listen to self-doubts or negativity in your own head. I have that problem. I get in that point too, and it's like I have to really stay away from those subconscious negative thoughts. So, you know, staying positive is important. And, you know, guys, remember, without hopes and dreams, we got nothing. So you have to have something that you're working towards, some goal that you're trying to reach. And, you know, some of them could be far-fetching goals, and some could be very obtainable goals. And like I said, I hope you guys are making your list of what you want to accomplish this year. I definitely have mine, and I'm hoping to achieve all 10 things that I want to accomplish this year. We shall see. But we're going to work on it. I tell you that. We're not going to sit on our laurels. So anyway, guys, listen. Oh, and I want to talk real quick about the whole all these things with the shopping carts. A lot of people said that people are doing it to pay it forward and leave it out there. This is New York, okay? New York is a bunch of really selfish people, to be honest with you, and a lot of lazy people. So, and there's a lot of good people in New York too, don't get me wrong. So please don't hammer me, my other fellow New Yorkers. But, you know, most people don't just do it to pay it forward and stuff like that. When I said a lot of people are lazy, I got hammered on a lot about that, and I apologize, but it's like I'm going from a New York perspective, okay? So anyway, guys, listen, I will talk to you all later. I hope everybody has a great day. I hope your week is going well, okay? I'll talk to you later. Prepper Nurse 1, out for now.